this as a video. I was gonna film this last night when I was all dolled up, but then sprint started as soon as I got like actually ready for my day at like 3 p.m. How rude of them. And so now you're getting this because I'm currently fighting off a chronic pain flare-up. But I wanted to do something different. So I'm not great at sticking to TBRs. I'm very much a mood reader, as you've seen if you've been watching my Whatever-a-thon vlogs. However, I found that if I have something I can cross off and mark as accomplished other than just a Goodreads title, I will read literally and do nothing else, which can be good or could be bad. So I thought maybe if I made a bingo board, I would be able to keep reading more consistently, because a lot of the time, like I've read 25 books this month, 24 for Whatever-a-thon, and last month I read like 13, which was like all-time high, but I go like vast periods where I just won't read anything, and that hasn't happened since I started this channel, which is another thing that keeps me motivated to keep reading. But yeah, so really thought that could be a good way for me to do things. I want to see how it goes this month, but next month, if I want to do this again, I think I'm going to propose a system to help me with my book buying ban, which I've fallen off the wagon from. In my defense, I've only spent $20 on books and I've gotten 7, but that's still an issue. Anywho, so what I'm doing is I found this randomized TBR machine that I will link below, and then a free bingo card creator that I already knew about, which I will also link below. And we are just going to build a 5x5 bingo board with different prompts and see how many I can accomplish. I think I might pick like 4 books, and I'm gonna make the bingo board now, and then when I actually do my July TBR type video, I think I'm probably gonna pick 4 books because I've stuck to that pretty well. I've definitely read 4 books off my original TBR for Whatever-a-thon that kind of go with the prompts. And then from there, I'll just mood read the rest most likely. So without further ado, let's get into this. So I'm gonna randomize each thing, and then I'm gonna go write them on the bingo board and that sort of thing. So the first prompt is reread a book that you've read before. Interesting. Second prompt. Read a hyped up book that everyone has been saying is great. I actually just got a book that would be perfect for this, so I think I already know which one I'm gonna probably pick for this. Okay, next prompt. They just gave me the same prompt. Read an own voices book. Read a science fiction book. Well, that's not gonna bode well. This may have been a mistake. Oh, I'm regretting my decisions already. How intriguing. Wow, that's rough. Read a book with a 1-word title. Okay, I've been pretty good at that this month. Next prompt. Read a book that will make you happy. Well, how am I supposed to know? Like, what if I pick up like a happy book and it makes me mad because it's bad? That's an intriguing one. Okay. Next prompt. Pick a book off your TBR with your eyes closed. That might be a little rough. But I can kind of manipulate that the way my shelves are set up. Because in order to do that, like if I want to get anything, like there's only one section of my unread books that I can actually access without like moving my other read books, so I'll probably have to do that. And on to the next TBR machine prompt. Read the longest book on your TBR. Gross. I don't like this. Read a book with pink on the cover. Yeah, I guess I do have books with pink on the cover. All of them are nonfiction. Gross again. This may not be as smart of an idea as I think it is. Read a book released in 2019. That's also something I don't think I have. But as I said, like, I'll just mood read most of this. This video probably isn't all that interesting. However, the TBR part may actually do it, will be good, hopefully. Read the favorite book of a family or friend. Some of these are actually fitting in quite well to videos I may or may not have planned. You'll never know. Read a book that has a number in the title. I don't know if I have any right off the top of my head. Read a historical fiction. Wow. They said every genre you don't like. People are often surprised when I say I don't like historical fiction because I'm a history major. But honestly, I think it makes a lot of sense to not like historical fiction as a history major because I'm like, well, the whole time, because it's fiction, and like, I just, it's not good for me. Like, it needs to be a period I don't know much about or anything about, so I can actually just read the story. Read a book with a protagonist who is a person of color. That's good. I like that prompt. Read a book that intimidates you. Well, there's a few. There's a few. Ooh, actually, now that I'm thinking, a few of these are lining up really, really well. So, I did that one. Read a book recommended by a friend. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 prompts to go, folks. Read a book written by an author from a different country than you. That's actually really easy because I'm Canadian. So most of the authors I have are American. I actually have I guess I don't have very few because I did a whole video about how I want to read Canadian authors and classics this summer. So it is what it is, I suppose. So I do have a fair amount of Canadian authors, but still, even with that, like the majority of my authors are American. Read a book borrowed from the library. Easy. Read a book written by a female author. Some of these are really easy and some of them are like, why are you doing that? A self-improvement book is the next prompt. Secret about me, I hate self-help books. I think they're ridiculous. Especially ones that are like ways to save money. And it's like, don't buy this $25 book. Like, you know, I find they're so ridiculous. Like, they assume so much and give you so little. And anyway, we'll put it on there. Read a secondhand book. That's also fairly easy. Most of my books, I guess most of my books are not secondhand, they're discount books. But I do have a fair number of secondhand books. Read a book with LGBTQAI2+ representation. Nice. A lot of the books I read have representation. Ooh, read a book by an author who is now deceased. Read a book that has been adapted into a movie or a TV show. I have a fair number of those too. And last prompt, false start on that one. Have that prompt already. Read a classic. That one's quite well fitting. So, to go over all the prompts again really quickly, we have reread a book, read a hyped book, read an own voices book, read a sci-fi book, read a one-word title, read a book that makes you happy, pick a book with your eyes closed, read your longest book, pick a book with pink on the cover, read a 2019 release, read someone else's favorite, read a book with a title or a number in the title, read a historical fiction, read a BIPOC protagonist, read an intimidating book, read a friend recommendation, read a book that's written by a person from a different country, read a library book, read a book by a female author, read a self-help book, read a secondhand book, read a book with LGBTQAI2+ rep, read a book that is written by an author who's now deceased, read a book with an adaptation, and read a classic. So this is my July book bingo. So I'm gonna save this and do all that stuff. But yeah, so this was me just picking the prompts. It's probably not a super interesting video, but when I do my TBR, we will see what we're gonna do. And I might pull books in Lala and have some secret TBRs going on. So you may not exactly see what I'm planning if you're catching my drift, okay? Anyway, this has been great. If you would like to see more from me, you can read my own book that's linked, both the buy link and the Goodreads link in the description below. Shelving it, reviewing it, reading them, reviewing it. It all helps me. And then I also have my author page linked below if you want to check that out. But other than that, I hope you're having a great day.